Well, here we go then. Map 3, it's Train. And it's time for G2 to potentially win pistol rounds, not win with pistols. We know they're capable of winning with pistols.
Definitely capable. I'm not so sure it's them doing anything tremendously good. It's just FaZe having a very poor approach. We do have, though, the knife round coming in. Could be quite an important map. Well, for this sort of knife round map, I'd say Train is probably the most CT-biased map we have in the pool right now.
And consistencies continue in that G2 win their 3rd straight knife, so is FaZe going to win their 5th straight pistol?
I would say it's quite likely, all things considered, but it'll be nice to see G2 to pick one up and see whether they can actually convincingly run away with this one. FaZe, though, they've had a decent result on this map so far. I think they took out SK, I think, 16-7. So we're all versed in it, and we'll see whether they can continue that form. To be fair, though, SK have looked pretty lackluster in this tournament overall. It's difficult to gauge that much from it. Obviously, didn't even make the playoffs there, Matt. Neither of the Brazilian teams did. That's obviously quite rare. The former double world champions are not even making to the playoffs of this Premier tournament.
Well, they'll do their standard huddle. K10 in the back with his very simplified hat.
Always on brand.
Got to self-promote, Henry. I'm going to do it. You going to wear my Sadokist collection?
Only the thong.
That's expensive, by the way. Like,
yeah,
I'm thinking if Victoria's Secret can build an entire brand around the $1 million bra that they walk, I'm going to do the $1 million man thong.
Yeah, I'll wear that. High rise above my jeans. It'll look pretty hot, I think.
Yeah, get some diamonds on the waistband. Maybe a few rune stones.
We'll see.
Maybe some mood rock. You know how it changes with your emotion.
Oh yeah, that's
and then it's a thong, so everyone will know if he's consenting or not immediately. It's a safety feature.
Well, there's the little celebration, I guess, at the end of the huddle. We get into it. It's going to be G2 starting on the CT side. I would say it's very beneficial, all things considered. The 3rd and final map, you're just joining us. It's been an interesting game with CS, I have to say. Not conventional. Lots of anti-eco blunders, especially against full ecos as well. I've not seen anything like it in a while. But still, G2 yet to win a pistol round here. And we go into the 3rd map. We'll see what happens as we are getting the restarts coming in now. I'll kind of describe the T-buy for you and maybe some ideas and theorize as to what they're going to do with the setup they bring to the table. As we go, the buy starts to come in. Train. Always an exciting map to cast. Lots of options in terms of slow, methodical, and tactical execution-based play, or you can go completely balls to the wall and to go straight up rushes towards inside and outer. So in terms of the buy coming in, 3 sets of armor. Carrigan and Nico coming in with Molotovs and 2 smokes. A lot of teams favor towards the inside area, Molotoving towards Connect and saving their smokes to the retakes coming in from the CTs as well. Obviously can do a default towards outside, and Carrigan uses it. He normally is the player faking for his teammates, but in this sense they're going to be splitting towards outer. Shocks to strike first, but KDS takes him down. The team kill comes in.
Hex, team kill, yeah. As if G2 need that in a pistol round of all things.
It's all going horribly wrong here.
Yeah, it's going to be FaZe 5 straight, no question. Body 1 versus 5. He's going to try and do what he can. Get some frag money. Use it as a little DM warm-up, but don't expect much. They know exactly where he is. They're already trying to push onto his position and body. Does manage at least a good shot onto Rain. There's no need to peek it, though. Nico's already backed off and said, nah, forget it.
He doesn't have a kit, and just trying to farm any sort of cash he can. At this point, as it's over, we'll be saving his body armor into the next round. Very fast round there from FaZe. Molotov towards the bomb train and the smoke to cover off Ivy as well. And his teammates, I'm talking about Carrigan by the way, and his teammates coming down towards Pop Dog. Fast play outside, and Shoxy had a chance to pop a few heads there, but he got tagged up and then his teammate finished him off as well. Wasn't too good of a start, and at that point the round ran away from them, and FaZe win yet another pistol round. It's going to be 5 out of 5 for them in the 3rd map here. And problem is, we do have the force buy coming in from G2. We know what that means. To be fair, they haven't really been consistently winning this one. It's the 3rd round that eludes FaZe. As we get into it, 1 AK, 3, make it 4 now, SMGs. And in terms of the G2 buy, Apex is on the scouts, surrounded by Deagles. There's Smiths, the coach, of course, stepping down from active play to...
Tough thing to do, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you've been playing for like 10 years.
But if it's true, as what he said, he played very different situations in support. He understands the dynamics of it, so potential to make a good coach, apparently, from his team. And what they've said of him, it's already going that way. Kerrigan's already down Ivy. They've pushed back the CTs. They'll wrap around to hit. Jumping headshot with the UMP. Why not? Pistols, UMPs, jumping. Call of Duty Global Offensive. NBK tries to fire back down toward the Ivy entrance. He's And do what he can and elevate himself on the bomb train as well, but he won't find Kiyoshima, who's planted up close safely to watch from Ivy and A-Main. E-Box specifically, can't quite see it from A-Main to be fair. Kiyoshima's going to hold him off himself with the UMP, farming out some cash. Nico will get yet another for himself, and Body again is the one that's left versus 4 this time. But it's another round for FaZe.
It is. Quite safe this one, only dropping 1 frag. That's Carrigan going down to the hands of KennyS. It's complementing each other there. And it's interesting we have the chat available on stream. It gives you a little insight. Normally we only have that information, but now everyone does. Could be dangerous. You never know. Sometimes some interesting things are said.
See? Even Apex agrees.
But 2-0 does come in for FaZe. Quite convincing as well. Body saves the 5-7. Now, this is the round that's always been interesting. You think this is always like the clean-cut round, the round that's always means nothing into the game. And so far, G2 have been winning them. P250s, 5-7s, and to be fair, in the previous round they saved an AK, I think. It was Apex, so not going to have that this time. Body has some armor. That's about it. FaZe, though, they know this has been a problem. Robban's probably having a heart attack every single time this happens. He's the coach behind them. Let's see whether they can hold on to this point. Just need to stay together. That's been their problem. They're so separated across the board when they finally commit to a bomb site. They lose 1 frag, give away a weapon to someone like Shoxy, and then it all falls apart. This need to be getting some basic map control like they're doing right now. They've got Pop Dog right, and they're heading toward main entrance. Split the bomb site, basic smokes, and just make sure anyone that goes down is instantly replied. That's all that has to happen here. Good Molotovs used, MBK burning alive on their own site. He'll be dealt with momentarily, and that should be the start they need. FaZe will be getting the 3-0 finally here. KennyS finds 1 kill, but that's all they'll be getting. Body desperately runs out of connector. Nice clean round there from FaZe. That's much better from them.
Yeah, much better indeed. And now G2 will buy in. Single op. KennyS has enough for the armor. Gets a flash as well. Body sits with 4450, yet to buy. What's it going to be, Body? It's going to be an M4 with a single smoke and head armor. He and MBK both electing to go for the head armor.
Coming out for KennyS. He's actually been positioned towards outside for now, but it's Kiyoshima. Nice fast play from him to actually get out and take MBK. This could be the 4-0 straight away. Rain's in decent position as well. Flashbangs are amazing from FaZe so far. Apex locked out of the situation. Alu finds him. 5-on-3 as quick as that. Make it a 5-on-2. Rain punishes Shoxy.
And that's good a read from Alu. All he has to do with Rain pushed up through Sandwich is watch that specific lane toward Hell. Gets it. Gives Rain tons of movement. Able to walk out from Hitchy's down to 25, but he's got a kill. And Body and Apex, or excuse me, Body and Kenny saving already. And thankfully Kenny is, because it's the AWP if they can hold it for that long or not. Question is, does FaZe Clan elect this early in the game to try and hunt these down, or just let them have the guns and try and commit them to a force buy, bait them into it almost?
Yeah, well, at this point, FaZe Clan, money's going to be great for them. And they know the CT after the force buy in the second. They won't necessarily have the, or they did in this instance, but won't have the incendiaries or necessarily all the smokes. They need to hold them off. Fast round out there with nice smokes being deployed as well. You can see how quickly players like Rain got out on the flashbangs, were just remarkable how effective they were at that point. The CTs had to fall back behind the smokes. Didn't get any better there than the T side in that first round there. 4-0. And I think we have to take a pause here. Tactical, yes, indeed, from called by Shoxy. He is the in-game leader, if you're not aware. And Kiyoshima with that SMG, finding the unarmored heads. That's the problem normally with the CT side in those second rounds. And you can see on the first round as well, they've got 3 players right head armor, so 1 SMG becomes very effective. Smith's just leading back there, looking relatively calm. They do have the AWP saved and Body on the M4A4 as well. The unpause has been called, and you get 30 seconds per time. Robban, he's standing up and getting his players riled up, ready to go. They've got Alu on the AWP. How perfect was that, though? They had all the smokes deployed. They had one little gap there. Alu's just watching the gap. The flash is designed to push players like Apex back. He has to fall back, and he runs into the crosshair of Alu as well. Very, very good strategy.
I think Carrigan is an underrated in-game leader on Train. If you look at Astralis, they're still very good on this map because of the foundation that Carrigan built for them.
Sure.
They struggled when he and Kiabi were together on Astralis, to be fair, but now he's come over to FaZe. They've become great on Train. In fact, beating Astralis, as we mentioned, kind of it's in the tiebreaker situations. They took down G2, or excuse me, SK yesterday, who, yes, have their own struggles, but were also a good Train team in their own right. So I think there's something in that. We'll see if it transfers to the CT side, because that's where he used to struggle.
So that's a bit of a blunder for G2 now. They had two weapons going into this one, the M4 and the AWP. Body tries to face the upper ramp with the M4A4, gets taken down. Shox recovers it, but takes a nade to the face in the process, and no armor. That takes him down to 36 HP at this point. 5 and 4, FaZe Clan. This is what they wanted to do previously. Find that initial kill, and then slow things right down. You don't need to overcommit. Wait for any grenades to come out. They know KennyS has got the AWP as well. The next job, find out where he is, smoke him out of position, and make sure he doesn't have the chance to get multiple frags at this point. Nice angle as the T's walk towards Ivy at this point. Yeah, Ali to find the next pick. KennyS is on the other side, though.
The one-up. But as fate would have it, Alex to look A main at the exact time they start to walk down Ivy. He could repeat it now, though. No utility. They're in the lane. They're lined up, but Alu's ready for it.
Yeah, Alu's been great this series so far. Hitting multiple shots with the AWP, AKs, and pistols.
That's a miss from Apex. He had, I saw it on our screen, he had 7 shots fired off toward Kiyoshima before he got responded on, and that should have easily been a kill in his direction. It's 5-0 FaZe. Money is insane. They've got 10K on Kiyo already. They've got 2 rounds in hand.
It means you can afford to be a lot more audacious with your strategies. You can go very fast if you want to. It's a double AWP setup coming in for G2. Obviously, that tag team combo of Shox and KennyS has been very effective throughout this tournament. They're quite weak on the first map of this series, I have to say, but maybe they weren't really in the zone at that point. They were much better on Nuke, but 5-0 down. Need to step up at this point. Still a CT-sided map. A change of pace here for FaZe. Haven't really been inside at all as of yet. Rain's got full control of the upper platform. Body's there by himself. Will be backed up with the Shox AWP, but MBK to find Carrigan. Normally outside by himself trying to stop rotations, but this is looking very good now for G2 as they find 3 frags to open things up, make it 4. Just Rain survives, and this double AWP setup has been very effective so far.
Well, you said they could be more audacious. They do go fast toward B. First time we've seen them really go onto the B side as well, which is rare considering we're now on our 7th round, but it's perhaps good that they had the rounds in hand because they'll be able to buy immediately back into this. And G2 thankfully kept both ops up. Aren't great for money themselves, but have a chance to build.
Absolutely, but yeah, like we said, FaZe shown everything they have so far towards outside. Just trying to throw in a set piece towards upper and the inside area, trying to overwhelm Body, might there by himself, but the double AWPs rotate in and take them down.
The money updated a little bit late on the HUD. They're not quite at 10K anymore. Either way, Shox spots one crossing, doesn't get the shot off. Alu again is going to get aggressive to watch toward Hell. In fact, gets in the lane himself and spots top green train. Down goes Kenny in the AWP. Alu up close. Back toward the bomb train. Can't find the lineup quite so quickly. Hit the shot, but Rain will. MBK down. FaZe with 2 to start off. A site seems to be the hot spot for them as Alu gets Apex. Knows as well that there's still more inside of the site as Shox burrows in behind the train. Alu gets above, and it's Nico to get both kills despite him trying. Still a great round for the AWP, and another great round for FaZe.
Yeah, and the problem is when you're buying these double AWP setups, they are very expensive, and you can see that's quite a harsh reset at that point. All 5 players staying alive for FaZe in that round. Oh, G2, they might have to force into this one, you know, considering the scoreline. And they do have 2 players above 4K. Yes, they will force into it. It's going to be a real weak buy overall. Should be 2 pistols, maybe squeeze out 3 M4s in total. That's going to be the final buy.
Yeah.
And this could be in a double eco going forward after this round.
That's the even worse aspect is not only is it a reset, but all 5 stayed alive again, which reestablishes that 2-round buy that they still have in the pocket of FaZe.
This is getting a bit of a nightmare now. G2 still have a chance within this one, though, but it has to be a win. Losing this, almost certainly double eco, and this will be 7-1 if they lose this round, and potentially go down to 9-1.
Double eco means more effective, efficient play, hopefully, although we've seen ecos be quite strange in this round. Maybe G2 need to go do more of them. This round is one that they've won many times in this series. But then you also look at the side of FaZe. They've got 2 rounds in hand, all right, so if they lose both those, they hit the 3rd round loss bonus, you get a bomb plant in, they buy again. They've got buys for at least the next 3 to 4 rounds on the FaZe side. Well, they're in a great position.
Let's be real right now. Alu, he was decent on Nuke, not as lights out as he was in Inferno. He's really coming to life on this T side now. Those AWP picks he's getting consistently, this completely bullying KennyS outside. Good flashbangs used with his teammates as well to get him in good positions, and he's just knowing the key points and the nuances of KennyS is where he likes to play, pre-firing those positions or even having his scope lined up ready for it. KennyS has been shut down, really. He's going to be on the Desert Eagle this round, and Alu once again towards main entrance. Much slower play now from FaZe. Not going to be fully separated. We do have Carrigan by himself, which is kind of par for the course for him. He likes to explore areas, not necessarily get kills, but force rotations and try and show as much presence he can towards a certain area. He'll be challenging Shox towards Ivy. Got to the end of it, but not committing just yet.
Apex might have a problem. Rain slipping up. Rain does have the bomb, but he's looking to try and support Shox as Carrigan wants to walk in. Shox manages that on his own. But Apex is still looking Ivy and could easily be challenged. Swings at the right time, gets one down. Nico's going to respond, but NBK does well in the pop dog position. 2 on the Deagle, and it is on to Alu. 20 HP in a 1 versus 3. Time is gone, round is over. He'll save the AWP, or will he? NBK. Oh, okay, he's down below. It looked like he came up the ladder. Either way, actually, he did go up the ladder and then down the stairs. So either way, it's, as we mentioned, FaZe in a great situation economically, but G2 win yet another round with less weapons than ideal.
Indeed. I think they'll take a tactical pause at this point after looking so promising. FaZe back to the very slow one player on each choke point of the map, go in one by one. I'm not a big fan of the whole Carrigan by himself rushing out. I think a lot of teams know he does it, and he is a very skilled player himself, but going up against Shocks and just running out without a flashbang, you're going to find yourself actually in a lot of trouble at that point. As soon as he goes down, his teammates panic a little bit. There's only, 15 seconds remaining when he finally commits by himself, and that was a round where they could have completely had the stranglehold on G2 at that point, but it doesn't work out for them. 6-2 now, G2 claw one back. They do not have an AWP to take into round number 9. Now, as we did say, tons of money available. What are we clapping, Matt?
Because the Ukrainian casters told us to.
Oh, well, I missed the cue.
It's all right, we can make it for now. All right, we're good. I did it for us. We were included. Nice. MBK nades toward A main, Rain's inside of it, flashed off, nade goes far, so it's only 2 damage. Kerrigan takes a little bit more than that, goes down to 70. Nico and he together at that position, up on Alu, back toward A main again. This time he's trying to bait in shots. Problem is he's making noise. And Q right, flash in, Shocks goes, ooh, it looked like Alu was gonna hit that. Rain does trade it. How nice would that have been though?
Yeah, that would have been an amazing kill to pick up. And Rain, he'll be overwhelmed towards main entrance and smoked out as well. So that's going to be a bit of a control coming for G2. Rain does kind of fancy this about the pallet, gets a gap as well. KennyS has no idea that's possible, and he just comes into a 4-on-3 just like that. That's a bit of a nightmare for Kenny. He thought he was safe.
Ambitious from Rain as well. Most people would just fall back, and he says, nah, I'm persistent.
Yeah.
Takes the spot back. Apex has a gap as well to look toward Ivy, but they walk in and take advantage of that. Kerrigan finds the kill. It's Apex. That goes down early. That's starting to cost them as well as Nico. At least MBK gets something back, does put him down. And it's body in a 1 versus 2.
Indeed, no kit, 1 flashbang, 74 HP. And, oh, Kiyoshima, you are by yourself. Be careful, my friend. He gets in. Okay, he wants to challenge. And why is he challenging that? Nico's coming in with the bomb. You could just face him together. That doesn't make any sense.
I think maybe he felt the pressure to protect Nico, but the smoke goes down. He doesn't even need to watch the ladder climb. Nico nearly gets his head taken off, goes back out, body finally clutches one for G2. It goes to 6-3, and that should not have happened.
So the fact is, that's kind of, let's go with your point, right? Maybe he's trying to protect his teammate, but his teammate's not even coming down the ramp there. There's no refrag. This has been a problem for FaZe throughout this series, going into situations and overcommitting. You see, look at Kio's face. He knows he made a mistake there. He gets in just about safely. I'm questioning that decision to go in by himself. And not only does he get in safely, he thinks, I'll reface him. I'll give him a chance into this. He goes down by himself and leaves Nico in a horrible situation. Body probably can't believe his luck there, given the opportunity to find a frag 1 by 1. That shouldn't be happening. Plenty of time to work with as well. It's not like they are under pressure in that respect. I'm a little bit upset at that one, Matt. But 6-3. G2 pull another round back here. That would have been another harsh reset as well. FaZe need to be more intelligent in those tight rounds.
Kerrigan tries to spray in, does manage to as they push through. G2 trying everything, and it's not working. They get away with the last round. Kenny will give him a chance at this one as he tries to fire in. Jumping back and forth, baiting out his shots toward A main. Flashed, he has to go back down off the train. Alu still fancies his chances, but will give it up now. And it's back over toward B, where, to be fair, every time they tried to go this direction toward B, have lost the fight. Super Keo, already down below, takes out NBK, trying to reclaim Pop Dog.
Smokes himself out slightly at Pop Dog there, so they go towards inside. 4-on-2, this should be a round in favor of FaZe. Nice shot from Alu. Pretty basic one, to be fair. Takes down Body, who's just rotating in and trying to get there before they fully committed, but that'll be round over now. KennyS, the final player remaining, coming in from CT spawn. Does he take a challenge at all here? Alu doesn't know he's behind that small little block, but looks like that's going to be a KennyS with no nades, no kits. Just seeing if he can cause some damage at this point. Might just want to save the AWP. Spots Alu, who comes out on top. It will be Kenny, but unfortunately for him, taken down straight away. So after losing that big clutch of 2 versus 1, G2 give another round away. And I think after the reset and having to have the reinvestment in a 1v1, it's going to be a full eco, maybe a double one, all things considered, 7-3. And this is looking quite bleak now for the French side.
Yeah, it really is. Truly is. FaZe has been whittled down ever so slightly in their economy, but if they can be efficient here against the Pistols, they build that straight back up. And we look back, Kerrigan pumped, nearly headbutted the camera.
He's loving it. It's nice to get those player reactions. I do like that a lot.
Well, this time he goes the same position. Might have the same company, but he's with a MAC-10. Oh, with a nade. They're going to push him with the deagle. Good shot from Shox. Nade does do damage onto Apex, marginally.
I think he just had the MAC-10, so that's not a huge deal. His teammates ready towards inside, but everyone knows Kerrigan. If they find him like that, his teammates will be on the other side of the map, which they are indeed. 3 towards inner, and you can see Rain trying to hold the flanks at this point. Kirishima trying to open things up towards B. This was a force buy, but only with pistols.
Nade won't do much because he's able to walk around body with pistols, pistols, pistols. This series is all about them. Nico, though, is all about the AK this time around. He'll take NBK and body down with headshots.
Yeah, level things up as well. Much needed frags, and it's going to be Apex finding them out of position, but still Nico holds on just about. It's a bit of a scary round overall, but that should be it. It's going to be Kenny S now left with no armor and a UMP. He knows it. The look on his face probably suggests he can't win this one. And after finding those 2 or 3 kills, he thought they had a chance maybe to save the AWP at this point. That's a bit of a gift. And he is just going to be taking his hand off the mouse and walking towards T-spawn.
Pressure on him in the next round to deliver with it. $900, all he has left.
Yeah, that's why he has to save this. It was a full investment from the G2 side. So in terms of lost bonus, right, they're going to have $1,900 into this round.
Yeah, nothing.
And they have an AWP. Oh, did they force into it knowing that the scoreline's kind of getting out of control?
5-7s, Deagles don't go anything beyond that, in my opinion.
Well, the Kenny S AWP, they're known to love the force buys. They are getting kills consistently. Could be an option. Maybe take a pause and consider it.
Yeah, pause might be the right call.
Third map, 8-3 down on the CT side. You've got an AWP in Kenny S's hands. One of the world's best players at that weapon. He goes down to 2 HP from the bomb block. Oh, it gets found as well. It falls apart.
Yep, that's gone.
We don't
that's
catch
a save.
the stream, but I can assure you that happened.
Yeah, Rain found him, so that's going to be the decision made for us.
Indeed, there has to be a full eco here. 8-3, presumably 9-3 if FaZe don't make any more of their characteristic errors so far we've seen in this series. So, what's the options here? PT50s and 5 HE grenades. Make it 4. MBK didn't join in with the fun. So those normally go towards main entrance, and Kirishima will be there to receive them. Doesn't, he actually gets in front of them just in time and finds the first frag as well. Oh, hello. Double kill.
Double kill indeed from the nade. G2 desperately need that as well, and Apex is going to continue to play sandwich. Head shows, not a response swift enough from Nico, or is it just barely gets back, but that lets Kenny walk back in. P250 to find the headshot, then traded by Kerrigan, as Shox with the USP has, surprisingly, another 1 versus 2, so a situation that's somewhat attainable. Bomb is dropped slightly inside of the site, or at least inside of the A yard. So much the site itself. Shox realized that yet, perhaps not, but still positions himself accordingly with the USP. That smoke being thrown will reveal the fact that they are still occupying this space. Kerrigan, wide peek, though, does find Shox, and it's 9-3 for FaZe.
Bit of a dicey round there for FaZe. They did run into the 5 or 4 HE grenades and take a double kill, but recovering. Not giving these rounds away. 9-3 now. G2 are looking to find these final 3 in total. They do get a reasonable buy here. Kenny S back to glass cannon. 3 players without head armor, but that's not a big deal considering they're up against full AKs here. In terms of the grenades map, Shox and Kenny with no grenades whatsoever. Okay, Shox brings 1 flashbang to proceedings. No incendiaries and only 3 smokes in total. This is going to be a rough round for them. Kenny S really needs to start coming to life here. He's only got 5 kills after 12 rounds. Not exactly a lights up performance, but that's better from MBK.
No down has been a hot hitter for them. Kenny finally wins the battle against Kerrigan early, as well as NBK is going to take Rain. This looks good. Smoked off is Kenny, but naturally, Kenny will get forward of the smoke, get aggressive, find Nico, who thinks the smoke is enough to conceal. It's not, and it's a swift round. Finally a swift round for G2, but they just picked up the second op. They're going to run it. We'll see if this hinders them, as it has so far in this series, despite its success throughout the course of the week. What's the spawns as well? Do they get one toward B corner fast enough? Kenny's got a fast spawn for Ivy. Shox is in the middle of the spawn pack, middle of the CT spawn, so he won't be able to get to the B corner quite so quickly.
That's true. But Body He is going towards the upper ramp, but he'll commit is yet to be seen. He's got a player joining him, Shox, at that shotgun style orb. So the idea is Shox gets aggressive, fires the shot, takes the aggro away, and then as soon as he does fire that shot, his teammate from upper defends, and that's what Body's got himself towards. But this looks like an outside execution, nice and fast. Smokes out. We saw this round before early on in the half. It worked out tremendously well. The flashbangs were so good, but MBK finds the first frag to take down Nico as well.
Ooh, and damage in through the smoke. I think he dinked up Rain. No, AK wouldn't have been a dink, but still significant. The Molotov doesn't allow them to wrap at hell, but look at Alu go back into this. He knows exactly where Apex is as well, but how does Apex get him out of this corner?
Nice
Doesn't! Oh, Alu tries! He tries so hard. Just barely gets away as well. And Kerrigan getting shocks means we're back down to a 2 versus 2 as Alu tries again, needs to get down the lane to get away to A main. And Apex can't find the shot. He starts to panic as well because he knows Kerrigan's slipping in behind him. That's exactly what happens. So suddenly Body has to try and hold this off. Alu low enough that he could find him with one quick bullet. But Kerrigan's the bigger problem because he's got the angle and he's got the shot. It goes 10 rounds for FaZe, and Apex is a little bit annoyed by the fact that he got caught out so clearly in between two Ts.
Yeah, rough round for G2 after finding the initial kills. MBK gets the first two, and then the round slips away. Kerrigan, as usual, towards that Ivy position. Got Galil on hand. Aggro so focused towards main and Pop Dog that he gets some room to wiggle with there and managing to pick up the frags. Like I said, MBK opened things up with a couple of clean frags here as well. I think they got the third as well. That might have been a 5-on-2. Maybe someone dropped just before that was the scenario. But Alu, once again, stepping up the AWP to find them. Round number 10. Another, not harsh reset this time, but certainly not going to help out G2 here. They're down to a Famous, a pistol, UMP, and 2 M4s. Body was trying to face towards the lower ramp at this point, and Kerrigan smokes him out. Beta any utility they may have at this point. They'll get back towards outside. No AWP available, obviously. Kenny is down to the 5-7. Have a look at the frag charts while things are calming down. Okay, maybe not. Shoxy does take down Rain to kick things off. 5-4. And Apex is pushed all the way from Ivy as well. Alu's certainly dead, but nice awareness.
Wow, okay, Alu. Not going to expect two. Surely, but stays alive in the corner. He gets that. And write it off. MBK, though, stepping up. I think he's been the best of G2 in these substantial situations where they desperately need kills. Kiyoshima does find Kenny, though, trying to push through from B. It brings it back to just a one-man advantage. B has been a problem for FaZe, to be fair. A's been excellent, but B hasn't had the same success. Body will position himself, but Kiyoshima does get by. He's not the one with the bomb, however. It still needs to enter. Last time it needed to enter and Kyo was alive, he overcommitted to the peak. This time, gets found before the bomb arrives again. Shox is the one to do so. And MBK waiting, gets Kerrigan, 10-5. Fighting chance for G2, but another great half from FaZe.
Another fantastic half, you're absolutely right. They went up 5-0, and to be fair, G2 with some rough rounds, still in a winnable situation. Sure, it's a CD-sided map, but we've seen it time and time again, this sort of scoreline being converted to a victory. Still anyone's game here, especially if they pick up the pistol for the first time maybe. They've won 5 out of 5 pistols so far, FaZe. This time converting the 3-0, and like I said, a 5-0 in fact, and looking very strong throughout. But we'll see whether G2 can bounce back in the second half as we take a quick break.
Alu certainly does look elated in that photo, doesn't he?
It's making me laugh when it just came up. He does look unusually happy. He's normally quite a stern person.
Well, that said, he does lead the way for the offense.
I think that goes without saying. He's been tremendous in this first half.
Yeah, it's been fantastic throughout the series, to be fair. Inferno especially. What a performance that was.
Well, now it's a different story, though, because they go on to the CT side, and 10-5 lead. Pistol problem. G2's got to win this one, surely.
Surely, yeah. After going 5-5 for FaZe, you'd think they can pull one back.
And then they'll win the series with just one pistol, Henry. That's just how it's going to work.
We'll find out momentarily. We go into it. In terms of the buy, we have got 3 sets of armor, make it 4, and Shoxy with a little bit of utility. He runs out towards outside by himself, trying to hold those rotations off. It's actually an inside rush with Kiyoshima opening things up with a headshot towards Kenny S.
Decent shot.
Oh no,
FaZe.
it's happening.
It is happening. 6 for 6. Bomb is planted. Shock's trying to cut through to flank. Gets taken down by Kerrigan with his teammates all down. The flank wasn't going to be overly effective anyway, and Alu gets body. It's 6 for 6 indeed for FaZe Clan. And this one might be the end. We'll see. It's going to go to 11 rounds. If they can avoid the eco situations they've had troubles with, they could be on 13-5 quite quickly.
The bomb was planted, though.
To be fair, that's right. So it could be 12-5.
Yeah, so we'll see all their force buy. I was going to say,
Wow.
They have the option of force buy here. I think you do it. I think you absolutely do it. Why not? Apply the pressure right back. Those teams will go for the AKs on the 3rd round, but G2 known to do this in the past. Tech 9's head armor, basic utility, a couple of smokes and flashbangs here. Body will be joining in as well. So 4 Tech 9s and MPK Deagle. You might as well. The scoreline's running away from you. If you lose this, though, you're in a lot of trouble. The bomb has to go down at least here. That's the very least that can happen.
Nico wants to spray back through the wooden window.
Full run boost towards Ivy. Successful.
Just to check for information as Apex crosses back over. He'll head back down towards spawn. Smoked sandwich. Smoked meat sandwich. Rain's gonna body block a smoke. That actually creates a gap. Not that it was intended to land there anyway. It was supposed to cover off Z, but Rain's gonna try and play inside of it on top of the train. Kenny gets one. But Alu and Rain, thankfully for FaZe, do find response kills because we could not possibly have another situation where the pistols win for G2 after losing the initial round. Shox finds 2 on the Tech 9. It's entirely possible yet again. They have the bomb. They've picked up an M4 for Kenny. It's almost level in terms of the weaponry. Tech 9 versus FAMAS, depending on the situation, proximity, circumstances, could easily be matched. Back off as well to head back another direction, at least to consider options, get toward Pop Dog, and then possibly wrap back into the A site, 30 seconds, or go B, obviously. They'll split the defense as well. Push for information at Ivy from Kerrigan. The problem is if they do end up going B, he's well removed from the action, and it looks as though they will.
He deploys it towards lower ramp with 15 seconds remaining. This is looking bad now. They're going to have to push through this. Hope for the best. Shoxy to lead the way. And lots of damage inflicted, but no kill from Kiyoshima just yet. That means the bomb will be going down.
Kyo doesn't reface immediately, smartly so. Shox tries to get closer. This is where Kyo actually elects to go with his teammate rather than try and flank them out. Smart call as well because Kenny's looking toward the ramp. Shox, though, again.
Here we go.
Hat trick. Finding the 3rd on the Tech 9. He could win this round alone. Kerrigan's going to try and hunt him down. Knows where he is, but not where he's gone. Jumps in. Shox is making this extremely hard for him to do. And Kerrigan getting the kill. Has a kit still to work with, but needs to get near the bomb. A flash between the bomb train to try and bait it out. And Kenny's going to hold it on. Yet again, G2 are able to win round 2 despite losing the opening pistol round of the half.
Keeping vision on the bomb there. He wants to take the challenge, Kenny S. It's very unlikely that a CT's going to be predicting him to hold that open angle. It's a nice idea, right? If you don't face the bomb, allow him to touch it, all of a sudden you lose the advantage. He's going to be pre-firing towards the lower ramp. He might take you down. So I like that approach from Kenny S. But Shoxy stepping up just when it's required as well. 3 kills there with the Tech 9. And the CTs, they'll be forcing back in return as well. Scouts, CZs, Deagles, UMPs. And G2 have done it. The force buy in the second round, always a bit scary. Could have cost them the game. But for this one time, it does actually work out. Kerrigan getting flash towards Ivy. CZ in hand. Doesn't spot anything, but there are 3 terrorists waiting for him on the other side. He'll fall back at this point. As we get into it. 11-6. G2 now with a chance on the comeback.
Nico with his Deagle. We haven't seen as much flamboyance from it in this series. A couple good shots on Nuke, but he hasn't needed to use it very much.
He hasn't had to go godlike as of yet, right? His teammates are stepping up.
Still tries to spray it into the smoke and see what he can see. See what he can find. Kerrigan will be there as well on his CZ75. The mini SMG, and then Rain on the mini rifle, the UMP. Kerrigan with the mini SMG, excuse me. Able to get the headshot onto Apex. It's Kiyoshima that's trying so hard to get the kills in. Does manage to actually take down MBK. Gives Alu a real possibility to strike quickly. Shox looks down. Does he spot him? I don't think he did. That's going to give Alu a chance to walk immediately out, but Kenny does respond on the M4 looking for more. Eco's there, though. Kerrigan's got it. Back and forth again. Eco's spell disaster in this game.
Yeah, Nika's loving it. Some great deagle shots from him. It's going to be Kerrigan with the two-man, though. And they managed to keep two players alive, recovering the MAC-10 and M4A4. G2 with the bomb down. Should be able to force back themselves, but it's 12-6. FaZe Clan shutting them down. Scout doing so much damage there as well. Didn't find all the kills, but it just did a tremendous amount as they committed towards the lower side. Didn't really have the grenades to finish it off. So, in terms of the money, G2 have Kenny has on $5,000. He can bring out the orb. This might be a tactical pause this one. I haven't seen anything cool just yet. Orb comes out, a couple of AKs, make it 3 now. MBK, a little bit less money, he'll be on the deagle. So, still a relatively decent buy overall. In terms of the grenades, they have one smoke. And Kenny has, of course, glass cannon here. As we get into round number 19, FaZe now looking to tie things up and finish the series off.
MBK is so close
Kiyoshima
to spraying Kyo. Oh, flash comes through. He knows he's got to be there. Loses track of him in the blindness. Still manages to get the kill somehow against Kyo. Ah, you're right. It was Shox, not MBK. And that's going to be Rain and Kerrigan, though, to shut down Ivy, which equalizes, in fact, makes it better than the opening kill. Good shot, MBK. Staying alive starts to matter. 78 HP for him as he gets inside the site. He'll hold off Z Connector and allow the entrance onto the B site himself. Down. MBK refuses to move. He wants to continue to see if they'll walk through that smoke. Wide side of it. Nico just shows too much of his hind end, and as such gets obliterated by the AK.
Big situation now. MBK steps up with a headshot towards Kerrigan, just down to Rain, who should find his kill as well. Time ticking away, though, as we hit the 15-second mark remaining on the bomb. He'll come in, the smoke's down as well. Could go for the full defuse there. He will indeed. Shox has to come down and spray. He's not committing. The bullets come in, though. Shox, he pulls it off. Just when they needed it around there, G2 managed to find it with the force buy. And that could be a lifeline back into this game now.
Smoke down, and the Molotov was still at the bottom of the ramp as well. So Rain was hoping he could get well into the defuse before Shox could even really challenge to it. And yet he gets in position and does find it. G2, 7th round FaZe, limited to the 12th still. MBK makes a massive contribution yet again. I still say he's the MVP thus far for G2. In fact, that does translate to the scoreboard. He sits at 14, top of his team. Rain overall on 15 for those playing along. Apex is fast with the MAC-10 toward the outer site. Kenny and Body easily take down Nico and Rain. Here we go indeed. Maybe a normal round for once.
Well, hold the phone. Alu does get a headshot from the scout, but that should be all he gets. He does get another tag in there, but it's Kerrigan going to be left alone in the 4 versus 1. Bomb planted outside. It's coming from T-Main. Might be able to sneak in a kill here, but it's going to be Body, who's well aware of the situation and shuts down the response from FaZe Clan, which was a force buy with pistols and scouts there. But now G2 starting to find somewhat of a lead here in the second half. They are closing the gap, 12-8, and it's going to be presumably a full EK here, but more of what we saw in the first half. FaZe will be bringing in 3 HE grenades, normally used towards main entrance. You can use them towards lower as well and try and deny a rush, but more than likely they'll throw them towards main at the very start of the round. Go, and is anyone there? It looks like Body is, but not fully committed, so he'll dodge those HEs. No double kills this time.
Not quite. So FaZe playing the long game now. We'll sit toward just the USPs. Grenades invested. Kerrigan still has one. He'll go toward A main late with his and hope that the first ones did damage and his will amount to a kill. It won't. Apex Molotoving off the right. The smoke on the left will start his entry. Kyo needs a headshot if he pushes through that smoke. Nico needs the same, to be fair. Oh, gets him in the reload. Good timing, but Kenny is there to at least get back into it. Spots the shoulder of Kiyoshima trying to go for the gun. Knows he's in the cubby. If he pushes through, though, Rain needs to be able to back him up. Doesn't need to. Kiyoshima swings out to take him down. And now it's Alu overlooked. Gets shocks. Are we seriously going to see another round like this deep in the best of 3? Come on. Surely by now the teams have settled down and settled into this, but apparently not the case. NBK will at least get Alu back.
Yeah, he gets dinked in response, so 2 kills for him so far, and it's still possible here, but Body might have just secured the round then and there. It's just going to be Rain with 35 HP, Mac 10 on the bomb site here. You can see G2 a little bit apprehensive to commit, though. Need to go together here. They are separated. Body might not anticipate being on the side here. This could be problematic, but NBK, in the nick of time, pulls it off. They're both very low HP indeed. Another dicey round there from the T side, and you're absolutely right. That would have been absolutely nuts if FaZe pulled it off with almost nothing there. They go into round number 22 map. Orb comes out for Alu. Money not great, though, for FaZe. It gets M4, sure, but 1 player on a Famous. 1 kit, no head armor. Could be a big deal against his AKs, but 12-9 now. This is a huge round indeed.
Huge. And Alu on the op. Smoke goes in toward E-Box. This is where G2 could quickly close this back. Kept it close despite not winning a single pistol in the series. That still blows my mind. It just goes to show you how careless some of the rounds have been against them. It's Marina started off, though. Shocks goes down, so too does NBK, holding at Pop Dog. Nico, tagged in the smoke, still has position to catch off Apex, who did get a kill to complement that of Body. And Kenny, fighting on, will go into 1 versus 3, manages to get toward the bomb, and he could just run to B.
He can, but that's what he wants him to think. Lose track.
Yeah, and I don't think he knows as well where they are, because he fakes up the ladder, expecting perhaps that someone would be up there. Now he will commit to it.
Well, Kiyoshima has rotated towards inside. M4 in hand, HE as well. And he's making a little bit of noise here. Kenny, that should be it now. Kiyoshima can just run him down, and that's it. Unfortunately for Kenny, gave it a good go, but Kiyoshima, scored as a cucumber, manages to pull it off. 13-9 now. That won't be a reset for G2. Still have plenty of residual cash there. But it comes down to the 2 versus 1. So FaZe, if we lose this round going forward, we still could have a very close game on our hands. Kenny is unable to deliver the goods there in the 2 versus 1. To be fair, like I said, he kind of lost track of the CTs. Maybe could have rushed towards inside, but he has no idea. Was a bit apprehensive to do it. And as soon as he did, Kiyoshima is there waiting, shuts it down. Double AWP set up on the T side. Interesting. A few teams do it. Virtus Pro have been known to run this in the past. See whether they can pull anything off here. It'll be a much slower round, presumably, at this stage. Sending one of those AWPs towards Ivy. That's Shoxy, holding that weapon, of course, Kenny S. And towards main entrance.
Still a chance for G2 to break them again. Put FaZe back to pistols. 10, maybe 11 rounds as a result of it. Or lose this. 14 rounds, and they themselves very, very broken. So equally as important this round as the last, in fact, perhaps more so. And see how timid G2 are being as a result, sitting back, seeing if there'll be any pushes in toward A main. Nico sandwich, Kerrigan, Ivy. Rain on the bomb train to swing between them, and also keep a long distance watch of Pop Dog to make sure they don't enter in and catch off Nico. Who's gone close in B as well. He's rotated all the way in. Don't peek now, Kerrigan. Don't show now. Oh, he's thinking about it. Not sure how far he committed on that one. Backs off. They may still have the shot, but Kenny instead, I say, actually does get Nico, which means Kerrigan stays alive. The AK at lane will be spotted. Better shots from Rain, though, and Kerrigan responds again. Missed shot on the AWP. Shocks tries desperately, and that is indeed, well, I won't count it done yet. We know the situations in this game, but yes, should be it. As Kenny and Apex remain, they do have decent weaponry. However, 17 seconds. Yeah, I think save the weapons based on the situation we just said with the economy. Just get out, keep them up, and do what you can in the next, because FaZe are inching closer to map point, series point at that.
Kerrigan has bullies him towards Ivy at that point. They've perfectly thrown incendiary grenade. You can see not only does it segregate Body, he goes down straight away, and Shocked is forced to come in for the no-scope there. Had a chance of hitting it, but unfortunately it slipped away. It's going to be 14-9. Oh, the money's in the bin for G2. They do save an AWP and an AK, but they're going to be pistols around those. Obviously, saving the weapons and going to the next round. The players saving the weapons don't get any money, so they can't drop anything. NBK, Shocks, and Body all in about $2,000. Smiths, if there was the time to come up with a mastermind plan, this would be it. Kenny S. Orp, Apex, AK. They've got no real nades between them. Chance to calm down. You've got 30 seconds to work out what the plan is. Just joining us. It's currently split in the series. FaZe ran away with Inferno comfortably, 16-7. It was a strange affair on Nuke, I have to say. Lots of back and forth action, lots of full eco wins, but G2 did find themselves picking that one up, and here we are, the third map of Train. Looking likely to be a FaZe victory at this point, considering this bye, they're 1 round away from match point. But never discount Kenny S when he's got the open hand.
No, you can't. It would be an injustice to do so. As Kenny starts to try and open up as well. Didn't spot Alu on top of Brown. And therefore, Alu gets a shot off, relocates, nearly finds Kenny again. Flash in, puts himself comfortably on top of green. He'll back it off. No shift, no movement from G2 to change what their approach is. 2 toward the B halls, the Brown halls. NBK is going to go all the way inside of, and Shock's alone toward Ivy against Nico. Alu's going to find Apex as well. Kenny's up. Needs to find a kill immediately. Might does. Alu goes down. Despite coming so close to getting Kenny to start things off, Rain, though, is in good position to take advantage of it. It's going to swing wide as well over toward Brown. Spot body coming in from Potbog, who's aware of the fact that he may do so.
Yeah, that's most of the weapons going down. Shox recovers an AK-47 here. 1 minute remaining. Body smoked out, and Shox is towards Olof. Rain seems to be away. Heard the smoke going down, and this is the key frag at this point. Rain finds him. That's round over. And 4-on-1 now. Body just a Tech 9, and now no more. 15-9. That was the force buy. There won't be much left here for G2. They're only on third stage loss bonus. Have to take another pause here, of course. They've got it available. Why not? Might as well give it a go. Need 6 rounds in a row to save this series and go to overtime. With no money available, the only saving grace I can give them at this point of FaZe throughout this best of 3 have been pretty shocking at holding off the pistols. That's all they have taking into this one. G2, the buy comes in, I can tell you now, it's 4 Tech 9s, NBK, he gets the Desert Eagle out once again. They've got a lot of utility with 3 smokes, now 4. And we're going to round number 25. Match point for FaZe to book themselves in the semi-finals.
Another semi-final for FaZe, and reverse stories between these two teams. G2, the best group stage of anyone, in my opinion. FaZe fight to stay alive and even get through to the playoffs, fought the whole way.
Yeah.
And now they are the ones looking to take this series.
Absolutely. This round, if there was a chance to make it, this would be not a single rifle, not even an SMG available for G2. Just pistols. And the single AWP setup for FaZe. Alu's been amazing so far. Can he continue and just finish this one off?
Smoke at sandwich. Position, though, is good from Rain to see still inside of A main if they enter through. And Nico's got his face firmly planted toward the wall of the train. Dodge flashes, peek out. You can still watch Pop Dog as well, so crossfire set from E-Box. Interesting push from Kiyoshima in this round to get toward Brown Halls that deeply. It also gives them a chance to really fortify the A site with 4 players and gives them a chance for flank if they don't go his direction, which may be the case as they walk in with pistols. The last-ditch effort from G2, and of course, pistols are more than sufficient for them. Apex, double headshot, grabs an M4, can't quite spray down toward Kerrigan, but they'll push him back far enough that he's overwhelmed. Kiyoshima does strike, though, immediately on the flank, and he's still got a chance. 1 versus 2 bomb, not planted, and it's in sandwich, which means it's stuck in the A site temporarily.
Yeah. This is actually kind of interesting with Kiyoshima locking them in. Shoxy trying to be patient here, though.
And he's actually slipped toward Hell, which means he's got Kenny to work with. They may go toward B or back toward A. A's the right call. Kiyoshima thinks they've already gone. So he's gone B. Bomb planted. And how does he commit?
He shakes his head. He knows he's going to be a bit of a stretch here to actually do anything with this. He has got full utility, and the defuse kit as well, but 2 players defined is one of the hardest sites to retake by yourself, especially this clutch.
Money not amazing either. Is it worth it to just save this so they can get a better buy by him dropping? He's going to go. He's going to try and end this here and now. Has to find Kenny and Shox, who's on a Tech 9, and above the ladder. Oh, this is a headshot, surely. Boom, boom, done, gone. And it's going to be G2 at least getting double digits and keeping it alive, of course, on pistols.
Of course, what else? Swarming that outside bomb site, lots of Tech 9 kills coming in. And Kiyoshima, if he stays outside, he might have a chance there. He has an inkling that they went towards in-up, and unfortunately, like we said, as soon as he realizes, he shakes his head. Such a difficult site to retake on. So many angles and positions that T's can be hiding. And you've got a bomb to defuse as well. It's just almost impossible at that stage, especially when the bomb's only about 20 seconds. We get into a double AWP setup for FaZe now. Alu and Kerrigan. Kerrigan Was playing second fiddle for Device for so long with this secondary AWP, and we'll see whether he can step up here. Fast play from Shoxy though. He's going to find an easy kill towards Alu.
Good start. Oh, Kerrigan. Does make it work somehow against Shoxy. Looks like he had the better position. Rain's got MBK. Guns come up and G2 struggle. Maybe stick with the pistols. However, it's just the one-man advantage. Nico's inside smoke, or at least concealed by it. Bomb is dropped. This could be it now. Kenny missing the first shot, gives away his position. Pop out, misses another. Does tag through the wall under Rain, but they're slowly accumulating onto him, and they're going to take the series with guns up, of course, for G2. 16-10 for FaZe.
Great game there. An entertaining series overall. It wasn't the most beautiful Counter-Strike. Lots of mistakes made, and I can't believe the amount of rounds that went with pistols there. Even towards the end, it was a Tech-9 buy that kept G2 alive there, but FaZe, they are the victors here, and it's going to be 2-1.
I mean, two of the best force buy teams in the world.
Yeah.
Both showing they have skill with pistols. But ironically, G2, not when it matters. They lose all 6 pistols in this series. FaZe made enough mistakes to make it close. But if G2 could win pistols, then yeah, maybe they could be the team we expect them to be. That is killing them right now. And like I say, I mean, FaZe made enough mistakes to make it close themselves. But in the end, they do just enough. They'll make it through in 3 maps to the semifinals. Not bad.
Indeed, and we have to say, G2 looked amazing for the group stages here. We said the real test coming into the best of 3. They looked so slow to start, unfortunately. Inferno, Shoxy just didn't arrive to the server. That was a massive problem. Inferno's been an amazing map for them online and at this event as well. That double AWP setup looked so prolific going forward, but it didn't really arrive here today. It was actually maybe more detrimental to them overall. They weren't really getting stuff together. The economy was falling apart quite dramatically, and unfortunately for them, it kind of goes against them. So they do go out in the quarterfinals. You have to remember, though, this is the first event for G2 overall. Good foundations to build upon, I think. You learn a lot from your losses. Like, obviously, it's the first event with Smiths as the coach and this whole lineup as a whole.
Yeah, totally. And again, I'm impressed. It's what I would have expected from this team to begin with. We're finally getting there, I think. And the first time on LAN, about 2 months in, this is when things should start to click. But obviously, big issues today with pistols and
both teams really having that.
Yeah, this was a battle
G2
of who
struggling
made the less
to win
mistakes.
pistol rounds. FaZe struggling to hold off the pistols on the anti-ecos, right? That's
ironic that G2 wins those and not the ones, again, where you think a bit more level. But no, I'm encouraged. I think moving forward, this team will learn from this and continue to develop. I think they were a little bit dependent on the double op on Inferno. They went to it too many times, considering, like you say, they thought it was so good, but I think it cost them a bit, especially with the economy the way it was. I'm sure Alex and the desk have many thoughts, and I'm sure Yanko is only suffering further from the migraine this game and series has given him.